Arizona Congressman Andy Biggs says taped comments of Republican leader Kevin McCarthy about President Trump are, quote, a huge trust issue. One America's John Hines has more from Washington.
Congressman Biggs, you are a former chairman of the House Freedom Caucus, probably the most conservative caucus in the House. And as such, there has been from time to time friction between the Freedom Caucus and GOP leadership in the House. So I'm curious, what do you make of the taped comments attributed to GOP leader McCarthy regarding the former president and the events of January 6? Ironically, of course, the 45th president said Saturday that he's patched things up with McCarthy, Meanwhile, Senator Elizabeth Warren over the weekend called McCarthy, quote, a traitor. I'm wondering what you make of this, sir.
From time to time, HFC has been had our efforts stymied by leadership, but we've had some support from Kevin over the last couple of years. I mean, we've had when I was the leader, we actually had some pretty good communication going on. And I would tell him what we were going to do, and sometimes he approved and sometimes he didn't, but we at least had that communication. But if this audio is accurate and what he said was his true intentions and feelings, which I have no reason to doubt, I've got several problems. Number one is we had just on January 6th, both before and after the riot, almost 3/4 of all Republicans had voted to object to seating electors from 3 different states. So we had committed as a conference to do that. And also, as time has gone on, all of the wild-eyed accusations of President Trump have proven to be untrue. And so my beef is threefold. Number one, he was out there undermining the conference while we were fighting to defend the president. So that's important. So he's undermining the conference. Number two, he was not candid with conference. He wasn't telling us what his position was. And the fact that he was working with Liz Cheney, who was always a never-Trumper, is particularly problematic as well. So he was dissembling to the conference. And the third thing, and this is perhaps the most serious thing as well, I mean, all of these are serious, is that he is recorded as saying that if we supported Trump, that we should be removed from our social media platforms.
Meaning you and some other members of the House Freedom Caucus, is that right?
Or anybody, like maybe a Gates or anybody else that's out there. So that's problematic for me. And the unfortunate thing for us now is, if he would have just been honest and truthful to us way back then, this would not be an issue today. And we don't want it to be an issue because we don't want it to be a distraction, because we are moving forward with tremendous momentum to retake the House.
So it sounds like, in your view, Leader McCarthy, GOP Leader McCarthy, has some work to do to regain the confidence of some conservative members and Trump supporters in the Congress. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I think that's accurate. It's incredibly undermining when we were back in the heat of that. And a lot of people may forget what a mere 16 months ago was like, but it was hot and heavy. And those of us who were trying to fight for truth and accuracy to come out, and understanding that there was going to be an impeachment 10 days before President Trump is leaving office, and we have our leader that's basically negotiating with Liz Cheney on whether he should encourage President Trump to resign or not, becomes a huge trust issue for me.
Congressman Andy Biggs of the 5th Congressional District in Arizona. Sir, thank you for talking to us on One American News. It's good to catch up with you.
Always good to see you, John. Always good to talk with you.